After being laid off by the video game company, Succeed Soft, Kylie Hashiba returns to his parents' home in Nora. He looks back on the last 10 years of his life and regrets it while considering the work of the prestigious Platinum Generation, whose members are close in age to him. He reflects on his decision to attend a traditional university rather than a liberal arts college and his time as an intern at Succeed Soft under Iko Kawasakawa's supervision. Kylie was a standout employee who was tasked with collaborating on a large project with the Platinum Generation. The project, however, was cancelled one day, and the team that worked on it was laid off. Kylie falls asleep and then wakes up after graduating from high school in 2006. He finds himself 10 years in the past. Kyoya has decided to attend an arts college this time. After relocating to Kitayama Sharehouse, he falls asleep almost immediately, and when he wakes up, he discovers Akishino sleeping next to him. After that, Nanako, Keiger, and Shiryuki Rakuanji, 2 other residents, arrive, and everyone introduces themselves. The 4 of them leave for the welcome ceremony. Professor Misaka Kano warns the students that their chances of landing a job in the field they came to college to study are slim to none. Kylie meets up with Iko, his potential boss. After getting to know his classmates better over the course of 2 weeks, Kylie tends the mixer and gets to know Iki better. When he got home from the mixer, Coyote realizes he is living with the people who will eventually become members of the Platinum Generation. Kano assigns the students the task of creating a 3-minute short film with the theme of time as the central theme. Kylie and Nanako start working part-time at the same convenience store after the lecture. While brainstorming ideas for their short film, Kyoya suggests that the 4 movies be shown at the train station. Having kept that exact same thought in my head, Shiryuki inquires about Kylie's private brainstorming session. Shiryuki, on the other hand, dismisses it as purely coincidental. After completing the project, Kylie notices that the short has exceeded the time limit and that cuts must be made. Shiryuki, on the other hand, reluctantly agrees to the cuts. The Fine Arts Study Club invites the 4 to join, despite Kylie's objections. Aki and Nanako agree to join on a trial basis. Kyoya and Kano discuss the script. She advises him to pay more attention to the audience as they work on the script together. He relays the feedback to Shiryuki. Shiryuki borrowed a standard camera instead of a video camera on the day of the shoot, which Iki discovers with no time to return it and obtain the proper camera. Kylie devises a plan. Kylie's improvised solution is to use a series of station-shot camera stills and then tell a story using Kylie's editing skills to create a proper story. At the screening, Team Kitayama's short was well received, placing 3rd behind Aiko's team. Following that, Aiko inquires of Kano as to why Kitayama's short did not place 1st. Kano is revealed to be a talented film director, and Aiko is her younger sister. Nanako later takes Kylie to a karaoke parlor where Kylie learns about Nanako's musical background, which her grandmother passed down to her. Nanako then asks Kylie to keep listening to her singing, which inspires him to post it online. The Fine Arts Club throws a party for Team Kitayama. Following that, as Kyoya and Nikki walk home, Kylie encourages Aki to do her best by complimenting her work. With the help of Aiko and the Fine Arts Club, Team Kitayama completes their summer break assignment with a movie shot on the beach. While working with Aiko on one of his part-time jobs, Kaio runs into Keiko Tomiyaka, a fellow alum who runs the popular Dodge and Circle Hallucigenius Soft. Despite the professional level acting in the last film shown, the films are screened to kick off the next semester. As Kano explains to Nanako, Kitayama's film takes 1st place due to superior technical aspects beyond the acting. At a karaoke parlor, Kitayama and the Fine Arts Club celebrate. Nanako is also asked to sing. Nanako walks out dejected after Aiko questions her commitment to becoming a singer. The next day, Aiko apologizes to Kylie for her jealousy-fueled behavior and requests that they reconcile with Nanako. Keiko returns to the Fine Arts Club room to ask Kylie to work for her, but she declines. Back at the share house that night, Kylie plays a recording of Nanako's songs and admits that she struggles with the pitch. As he persuades her to pursue her dream of becoming a singer, the university festival kicks off after a lot of planning with Keiko's help. Kitayama and the Fine Arts Club put on a maid cafe. Kyoya and Nikki take a walk around the festival together. After working in the cafe for 2 days, Kylie passes out at an art show after seeing a painting by a well-known artist named Kazu Yamashina. Kylie wakes up with a key at the end of the day, and just as the two were about to kiss, Shiroyuki calls due to a scheduling conflict with the planned secret guest. As the concert's secret guest, Kylie is tasked with finding a replacement singer, and Nanako is asked to fill the role. Nanako flees, unsure of her singing ability, but Kylie persuades her by presenting this as an opportunity. Kyoya and Nikki kiss each other after the concert, unaware that Nanako is watching them. Shiroyuki has been skipping classes and working almost non-stop at his part-time jobs for several days after the festival, causing concern among the share house residents. After collapsing and resting at a physician's office, Shiroyuki explains his situation to Kylie in private, revealing that he comes from a family of doctors and that, instead of becoming a doctor, he wanted to be a screenwriter. To pay for his own tuition, he ran away from home and worked several jobs. Following this, Kylie decides to create a dodging game that will be sold through Keiko's circle, with the proceeds going toward Shiroyuki's tuition. Kylie gets to work recruiting Kazu to do backgrounds while also working hard on the sharehouse residents, causing their grades to suffer. Sayuri does shoji. Shiroyuki's fiancée and childhood friend pays him a visit. Later, Sayuri prepares a hot pot dinner for the residents of the shared house in the hopes of persuading Shiroyuki to return home and marry her while pursuing a career as a doctor. As school breaks for the winter break, work on the dodging game continues, with the sharehouse residents struggling to keep up with the tight production schedule. During the break and when the students return to school, the residents continue to work hard. Kylie's demanding and forceful leadership is beginning to wear the team down, according to Iko. After working long hours on the game, the team was exhausted when Kylie tells everyone to rest. The game's production is significantly delayed. Sayuri leaves the sharehouse after a while and has a private conversation with Kylie about Shiroyuki's career choice. As Sayuri returns home, Kylie tells her to respect Shiroyuki's decision, which he made for himself. With only 1 month until the game's release date and production running behind schedule while jeopardizing Aki's work to meet the deadline, Kylie makes some major changes to the game, which irritates Shiroyuki about the way the game's script is being written. With only hours until the deadline, Kylie discovers that the game is riddled with bugs, and the remaining time is spent fixing them. The game, Horosaurus, is finished in time to meet the deadline. After working through the night at the dodging convention, the game sells well, and the residents of the sharehouse celebrate their success. Despite the fact that he no longer has to work to pay for his education, Shiroyuki decides to drop out of school after realizing that he is too reliant on Kylie to have a successful career. After speaking with Keiko, Kylie is filled with regret once more. He awakens 11 years later in the year 2018. Married to Aki and the father of a daughter named Maki Hashiba, trying to figure out where he is in this timeline. Kyoya looks around and discovers that he has relocated to Now Burrito for the renowned gaming company Attraction Point. He collaborated with Iko after graduating from college. He started a company that specialized in free-to-play mobile games. Kylie goes to work the next day and meets his coworker Miki Morishita, who drives him to see Iko. Iko asks Kylie to check in on the current project's illustrator, Minori Sakawa, because progress has slowed. Minori explains that she has hit a mental roadblock, and Kylie encourages her by pointing to her impressive body of work. After returning home from work, Kylie discovers that Iki has not drawn in years. The next day, Kylie learns that Nanako has retired from her unsuccessful career as a virtual idol and that Shiroyuki has never written a novel. Kylie walks out of work depressed and returns home dejected. Aki consoles him and explains that she has stopped drawing because she had enough of trying to persuade Kylie that his haste to get the game out was the source of the problems. Kyoya is up to date on his current work situation in this timeline 1 month after time leaping into the future. Meanwhile, Aiko's team is struggling to meet the company president's tight deadlines for the upcoming game, Mystic Clockwork. Minori is having trouble drawing once more. Kylie and Mickey pay her a visit, and she informs them that she will be unable to meet the deadline. Back at the office, Kyoya learns that the game's engine has a slew of bugs that will not be fixed in time. While Aiko tries in vain to persuade the boss to postpone the game's release, she is unsuccessful. Kylie then asks the president to postpone the release, citing his Horosora experience as justification. However, the president continues to refuse. Mystic Clockwork is released a month later, and it is critically panned due to the lack of Minori's artwork. The game server went offline indefinitely for maintenance due to the number of bugs and inconsistent gadget drop rates. The president scolds Aiko, and Kylie decides not to intervene this time, despite the fact that she had announced her retirement. Monaco releases a new song which gives Kyoya some ideas about how to proceed. After a thorough analysis, Kylie informs the president that he is replacing the game's engine with one purchased with his team's budget from a reputable company. He also intends to compensate players generously as an apology for the game's bugs, as well as give his team members 2 days off, among other things. Despite his reservations, the president gives Kylie permission to carry out his plan. Minori is visited by Kylie again, who shows her some Sora artwork that inspires her to draw. Kylie learns that Aiko is leaving for Okinawa. As the fixes come together, Aiko is rumored to be leaving the company. Before she leaves, Kylie rushes to the airport to meet her. Kylie tells Aiko that despite producing results, he has forced others to quit working for him. Aiko criticizes him for his lack of self-assurance and for taking on too much responsibility from others. She accidentally confesses her love to him at the same time Aiko departs for Okinawa, informing Kylie of her return. Keiko appears after seeing her off and wishing to return to the old days, and Kylie realizes that she is the one who sent him back in time. Keiko warns Kylie that if he travels back in time, he is unlikely to be as happy as he is now. Kyoya, on the other hand, decides to go ahead with it, determined to make others happy. Kylie spends one more night with his family before returning to the past. Aki is inspired to draw again after seeing Maki's and Minori's artwork in Mystic Clockwork. After saying goodbye to Aki and Maki, the next day Kyoya runs into Keiko, who compliments him on not using his foreknowledge to harm others. Kyoya responds by announcing that he is abandoning his high and mighty persona. On the date Shiryuki dropped out of school, Keiko sends Kylie 11 years into the past. Kylie accepts Shiryuki's decision this time and adjusts to his absence. Nanako gets a new job singing the theme song for a dodging game a few months later, with Kylie prioritizing her independence. While Iki has not drawn since the Harusura project, he is stuck in a funk. After helping Minori find the inspiration she needed to draw, Kylie has a chance encounter with her. He begins to draw once more after declaring that his remake is just getting started. Kylie meets up with Tsuruyuki outside a theater. Watch this next video.